Hey yo, what is up, guys? So today I'm going to talk about the kind of projects you can have in your portfolio. I'm going to show you some of the projects I have in my portfolio, but also I'm going to show you, well, not show you, but explain to you what kind of projects you should have in your portfolio. Without further ado, let's get into it. So the first project I'd like to show you is my anime picker project. So I kind of recommend this, kind of don't recommend this. What it is a beautiful UI anime picker. If I refresh the page, you'll see a loading screen. Essentially, it is going to the server, it is loading up all the content, all the data. Um, it just loaded up these four animes. You can click on any of them and see how it looks. It will look stunning. I played the video, but it might be copyright striked. Yeah, so it's playing an actual video. I give some statistics. This is a very good project to show, just to show your ability to build a UI. So when the employer looks at my project, he can see my depths of skill when it comes to building a user interface. I did mention that I'm using a backend here, and I will give my employer a brief and an explanation of the backend and so on and so forth. However, as of right now, I am mostly showing my UI skills. There should be a loading page, a loading indicator here. That's a bit of an improvement. So this project, for example, is something you could have in your CV. I am a bit hesitant to actually recommend this to you guys because maybe your future employer does not like anime nerds and he's gonna be like, well, no. But I did get a job, and no one really held it against me. This is something I really enjoy doing. So that is very good. You can also select a random anime. I also have an advanced search feature. So we could look at animes to do with history specifically. We could have 5 animes per page. We could have it ascending or descending by the title. And then we can do a search. So only one anime comes up with history. If we go back to the advanced section, we could perhaps let's do an anime with action and then allow 8 animes to appear on the search. And there we go. We have multiple animes with action, and I've allowed more than only 8 animes to appear. I can allow more. And I can select one random one from the group of animes I have. So another thing about the advanced feature is actually this. So if I type in Dragon Ball, right, we will find Dragon Ball. Okay, but now, and this is where the backend comes into play. And what I would do if I were you guys, I'd explain in detail what you've done, right? So Dragon Ball can be spelled differently, right? So the way it worked before is if you had Dragon Ball like this, it just wouldn't come up. But if you search, it still comes up. And that's because on the back end, I've implemented a algorithm that if you misspell the name of an anime by, I think it is 3 words, uh, it will still try to find the anime you were looking for, right? So this kind of stuff you want to display to your employer, or you want to explain to your employer that this is what you've built. So up to 3 words. If you get it spelled wrong, the your search results are still going to come up. Okay. So this is the kind of project you want to have. Maybe something a bit different. Maybe something a bit closer to home. Netflix. I don't know. I did this project and it really kept motivating me to go because I'm a bit of an anime nerd. So I highly recommend doing something that you really enjoy doing. But, and I'm going to talk about this a bit more. Generally, employers want to hire people who solve problems that they have. So if you did want to have projects that are more curated, or that an employer is more likely to hire you for, you'd want to do projects like in cybersecurity because there's a lot of cybersecurity companies. You'd want to do a project in healthcare because there's a lot of healthcare companies. You would want to do a project in AI because there's a lot of funding behind AI at the moment, right? Or crypto and blockchain. Again, also a lot of companies doing crypto and blockchain. Another project that I worked on as well is this one. So this is very important. I did not build this full project out. I added features to it. So do not be scared of taking a project online and making it better. Okay, don't be scared of doing that. That's perfectly fine. Remixing it, making it better. Usually, when I send out my applications, I do explain this. But don't worry about it. Everyone understands. Everyone understands how we can take a project and make it better. The way I took this project and made it better is I added specifically user authentication. So you can log in, you can do it with Google. I can sign in with my email address, and here we go. It then becomes an e-commerce store. We can add things to the cart. We can then go to checkout and proceed. We're not gonna go through all this stuff, but yes, we can do that. So again, it goes back to the concept of what am I actually showing? So I am showing my depth of knowledge and expertise, because the major problem I have with portfolios when I see them from junior developer, sorry, this spinning thing is driving me crazy. The major issue I have with portfolios when I see them from junior developers is that a lot of the projects that you guys show are tic-tac-toe projects. They are calculators. They're very simplistic projects that take a few hours to create. And the problem with these projects is that you're not solving a business problem. You're not showing your future employer that you have the capabilities to solve a business problem, and you're not showing the depth of knowledge when it comes to your ability to code. Because what is the difference between this project and one of the projects I've seen from junior developers? It shows my future employer, hey, I know how to build out I know how to build out authentication. The other project showed that I knew how to build out a beautiful user interface. When you do these small tic-tac-toe projects, these calculator projects, can you tell me what you're showing your employer? Like, what skills are you showing him that make him feel like you're ready for the job? And the truth is, right, you will most likely lose the job to someone who did come with complicated projects that showed his ability to be in their team. And this will hark back to a story when I first started coding. I had different projects at the time, but when I got my first job at a company, I actually failed the technical interview, and through several different reasons, it wasn't only my projects, but one of the things that they said to me after I failed the technical interview, they gave me another job that they created, right? One of the things that they said to me is that they liked my projects. So imagine failing a technical interview and then getting a job because of your projects. That's how important projects are. Sometimes they can save a bad situation, right? Because with my projects, I was able to show them I could do the things that they wanted to, but I just wasn't able to beat whatever algorithm test they wanted me to pass, right? So please, 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 take care. Really, really work hard on making your projects look professional. Make sure they solve a problem. If you really want to get a job, um, what I would do is I would build a project that has a login page, a logout page, and then when you apply for that specific company, this is going to be very hard to do. You want to build a project around the problems they solve. So if I was applying for a cybersecurity company, I would build, and cybersecurity is very big on the market, right? So maybe you could build one cybersecurity project. I would build a password manager, okay? And then once I have built my password manager, I would then show it to cybersecurity companies saying, look, I am interested in the field of cybersecurity. I've built my own password manager. And this password manager would have user login, user authentication. You'd have to build a user interface. It would have to look decent. And if you can get some users on it, really good. Um, so yeah, you want to build projects that are meaningful and that show the employers your skill. The best projects are the projects that also have users that are using it, because to tell an employer, hey, I have people actually using my code is also great. But yes, well, that comes to the end of my video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you get that job. I hope you succeed. I want you to succeed. I need you to succeed, okay? Keep working hard. If you need any help or advice from me, I'm always here to help out. And yes, please like, comment, and subscribe, and happy coding.